Hi and welcome. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at the Elgento or Elgento 1 cup coffee maker. This is a drip filter machine, and unlike the larger machines that fill a jug full of coffee, this one is geared specifically to making a single cup and comes with a travel mug for coffee on the go, so it's perfect for switching on in the morning while you sort your other bits and pieces out and then grabbing your cup and going. And at the time of filming, this particular coffee maker is available from the Range stores in the UK, reduced from £39.99 to £9.99, which is a real bargain, I think. The cup alone, the travel mug alone, with the screw-on lid with a sealable cap, could easily cost you £10. So we've got it nicely packaged with some detail images, as you can see, showing you've got a reusable cleanable filter basket, a 500ml travel mug, and then we've just got sort of nice artistic box art with a cup of coffee. And apparently this is also available in 3 different colours. I'm assuming it refers to the colour of this band at the top and perhaps the bands at the top and bottom of the cup. I didn't see any of the gunmetal or red ones, but this one, as you can see, is black. So I'm going to go ahead and open the box and see what we've got inside. So we've got a little leaflet of instructions and 2-year guarantee. Very simplistic instructions on how to check if the plug's wired, troubleshooting, and how to use. Using it for the first time is just 1 page, and then you've got technical data. Nothing complicated there, very straightforward. And then here we've got the coffee maker itself, which is very nicely packaged in this recyclable material. So we have a mug, a lid, and the actual coffee maker. I'm going to get these unwrapped and then we'll be back in a moment and have a look in detail. So here you see the mug and the coffee maker, and it has a flip up section with a water reservoir in here and a simple on and off switch down at the side. So there's no settings other than that. And then inside here you've got, pop that out of its bag, the reusable filter basket and the drip tray. As you can see with the little handle, this is very easy to take in and out. Dump the coffee grounds, give it a rinse, pop it back in, ready for your next one. It's quite a nice simple design, and it's got a little handle tab there so you can lift the whole thing out to rinse it off, and it will only fit back in one way. You'll notice on the back you've got this little stylized handle, and on the mug also this little stylized handle. I guess that would be designed for so that you were able to connect it to a sports carabiner or something. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure I like that part of it personally, because I feel like that would get in the way of general use. And then the mug itself is very simple. You've got a polycarbonate body with a screw threaded top and silicone seals throughout. And then if you unscrew the bottom section and pull out the stainless steel tumbler, which is single walled, you can take that out and give it a good thorough wash, which is a nice touch. And the lid also, with it being wide open, very easy to clean. So no matter what you drink, that's not going to get gunked up with whatever you're drinking, especially if you like milk and sugar in your drinks. And then this just reassembles in the same way that you took it apart. Just pop the stainless steel tumbler inside, screw the bottom on, and that, as you can see, sits nicely on that sits nicely on there, and the coffee will drip straight into there, and it sits so high up that you're not going to get any splashes, which is nice as well. And then obviously take that off, screw on your cap, and you're ready to go. Flip up to drink, and as you can see there, you've got a pouring spout or drinking spout and a little air spout, both of which are sealed when you flip that cap over and clip it shut. So I'm going to give this a bit of a clean and get it filled up with water, and I'm just going to run some water through initially to try it out, and then we'll clean the components and brew some coffee. At this point I've run a couple of cups of water through, and I've washed the basket and the necessary bits and pieces. I've now got some coffee grounds, some fresh ground coffee in the basket, which I've shaken out so it's nice and even in the basket, and that's ground in the Hario Slim grinder at about a click coarser than I would do for the AeroPress, and I will sort of see where I go from there, see if I need to make any adjustments. I've got a cup of water here, which I will pour into the reservoir, and we'll put the cup down here. Interestingly, the Contigo Auto Seal, while this is quite a nice little travel cup, the Auto Seal, which I do like, and you'll have seen in my other videos if you've watched them, the older versions will fit under here. The one that I'm currently using won't. This is my current one, and as you can see it's just a little too large, and this is one of the previous ones with that needs a new lid, but that will fit under. As you can see, there's a slight height difference in them. A little bit of a nuisance, because it would be handy to be able to just pop this under there instead of the new cup. But if I ever get around to getting replacement lids for the others, then that will give me that option. In the meanwhile, I can always put it into this one and then decant it into one of those. But anyway, so that's all set up. We'll close the lid, we've got water in the reservoir, coffee in here, and what I'm going to do now is press the brew button, and we will see how long the process takes. So I'm going to put my stopwatch there, so which hopefully you can see. So press this till it lights. And the beauty of this, just like a drip machine, you set it up, you switch it on, and then you can walk away and just allow it to do its thing. So you can prepare yourself a bit of breakfast, or if you've just gotten in, you can sort of prep it, switch it on, and start making dinner or what have you. So you're not sort of tied to it. And as much as I love the AeroPress, you do have to go through the entire process yourself, whereas this will allow you to do other things as well. So we're just going to zip through the next bit. And at that point just there, the machine switched itself off. You'll note the little button on the side. If you missed that, if you scoot back and watch, you'll see that clicks off, and it's still puffing away at the moment, making your typical drip filter machine noises. But that's fully brewed, which is about 4 minutes and 30 seconds, just under 5 minutes all in. The temperature of the coffee, or the water, that heats up to approximately 82 degrees as it's poured over the coffee and filters through, and ends up in the mug at about 80 degrees, which is an ideal temperature for brewing coffee, for the hot water over coffee grounds, because any water too hot will scorch your coffee grounds. So there's the 1 cup coffee maker, the Elgento from the range, and as I say, for £9.99 I think that's a fantastic price. The mug alone, with its little handle, you could easily pay £9.99 for. And just out of curiosity, Now that's quite interesting. It's I wouldn't trust that like I'd trust the Contigo, because it is just a push clip seal, but that is remaining watertight currently. As I say, I wouldn't trust it long term, certainly, because it is just a clip seal with the rubber bungs. So I certainly wouldn't want to leave that laid on its side or anything, but it's good to know that if it just, you know, if you just sort of tip it, you're not going to spill coffee everywhere. So there you go. All in all, I'm very pleased with this for the price. I think it's a brilliant price for what it is. And hopefully I will get quite a bit of use out of this. So for anybody that's been to the range and seen these and looked at these and thought about getting one, for £9.99 you really can't go wrong. Would make a great gift with Christmas coming up, and that's not a bad cup of coffee, that. I think that that grind might be pretty close. It's not far off where it needs to be. And there's not really anything else to say. That's the Elgento 1-cup coffee maker, exactly the same as a drip filter machine, but designed specifically to make 1 cup. You can make multiple cups, so if you've got other travel mugs, but the instructions do say to wait 30 seconds after your cup's finished brewing and switched off before you set another one going, obviously remembering to refill the water reservoir before you do so and putting fresh coffee in. But it says to wait 30 seconds before you switch it on and start it brewing again, which is obviously to avoid it overheating. But for one person or for 2 persons, for making that cup before you dash out in the morning, or for making a cup where as you come in an evening and you're doing bits and pieces, I think this looks ideal. I hope this was useful, and thank you for watching.